Hi and welcome once again to the greatest show about miniatures. Today, as you see, we'll do something else. Instead of gluing things together and scrubbing them for mold lines and stuff like that, we will do painting, or rather we will paint. Yeah, and we're gonna paint these fillers of the Caesar Legion. I think they are. Yes, they have some nice poses. Yes. We have a lamp here that's a bit making this harder for us, but I need it for the painting later on. But here is how they look. Now, what's causing the shadows here? Oh well. Anyway, so we're gonna paint. So we're gonna just zoom in. I will prepare. I have my pot of water here. I have my great self-made water palettes. It's very nice. It's a baking, I think it's a baking paper, right? Oh, but sorry. Oh, right. And beneath it, I have some regular papers. This I have done for like, I don't know, a year, just reusing it as you see. So I will pour in some water, and it's important that the all papers is covered beneath here, like this. Not too much. Now it's all sunken in. I will pour the like this back to the cup, and now I will firmly squeeze it into place, so I feel that it's cold, a bit moisture. This paper I use it to clean my brushes, and here are the manly men. All right, we have 4 of them. Yes, and I will use maybe a handle, or maybe not. We'll see how I fit in. But the important thing, because above some age you lose eyesight. Yes, so I have these glasses on, and I will have this one. This is a great thing. And I will use it like this, and I will paint. Okay, it's marvelous. So I will sit here like this and paint, and I will zoom in a bit for you guys to see what's happening. I put the camera a bit higher, yes, like that, and zoom in as well. So here we are, and let's start. We'll take some paints. I'm working. We will do guys in 2. I'm using the soft tone on these, right? And then we're going to highlight a bit, and we can use on the other one dark tone, all right, on the other 2. So that's what we're going to do. One dark ink, one yellow light ring. Then I will start with some tainted flesh we will use as well here. Tainted flesh, here you are, we have it. And we highlight it with barbarian flesh. Okay? Because it's simple, it's fast, right? You don't really have the same, but you see the difference in the colors. It's a bit lighter. Yes. So a dark tone. We take the dark tone, we put it down a bit, and now I know that they were red, but let's go totally crazy and paint them blue. Sorry, people that are very historical. Of course, red was the color of the legions, but we can paint them blue. It's nicer. I like more blue. And we have a blue shields, blue tunics, and we can have leather here on the where the sword is. And then we have some blue on this one, and then we have the golden helmets, and we have light blue feathers. Oh, they are gonna be awesome. All right, so we take about some pencils. I have these old pencils that I'm using. And let's see here, we have a smaller one and a thicker one. Let's start with the bit thicker one, right? Another thing, I'm not quite that big fan of dry brushing. I really tried it, but I suck on it, okay? So I try to avoid it. So let's dip the thing here, the pencil in the water, and stir it around a bit. Okay, that's better. Okay. So the pen is moisture. Now we will take we will now Are we going with the light crystal blue, or are we going with the pure purple blue? We can do, okay, we will have a bit, so we take this deep purple, right, here you are, okay, they're not the newest bottles in the world, but we will do them, and then we will go with, like this, shove it, 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 yeah. All right. Stir it, stir it, stir it. And we put a drop on it here. Yes. We don't need to overdo because it's cold and my oven is on. So it goes really cold rather fast. So yeah, the paint. Oh yes. Now I wonder which of these will be cooler, the lighter shadow or the darker shadow. And what color should the metal parts on the shield be? Who knows? Maybe we put them goldish, gold-like, like bronze, or yeah. Another thing is that we're gonna paint it some layers, because on this one we will have the ink, and after the ink we will go. The middle part will be a bit lighter, and then we go with even lighter. So this one I must blend, okay, like this. Great. Okay. And remember to have the pencil rather moistured. Because if the pencil is moistured, then the color will be moistured automatically. Yeah, that's good. Anyway, they are painted with skull white. Background, I just will paint it brown. I think it could be rather hard to get in those cracks, but now we paint the tunic underneath the mail coat, like this. And my dog is trying to get out, but hopefully it will be okay. Okay, let's put the sound down a bit because they are really yelling in the background, and you don't hear my voice. You just fascinated about the back sound, but there is, as it's called, background sound. Oh, he has a blue knee. And then we'll do this one here. Yes. Now this is the we'll see. Maybe, yeah, we can do a green, a blue, a yellow, and a red. Yeah, so that we can learn to paint with some different colors. Yes, this is good coverage here. Maybe a bit of too thick layer, but we will work it out later. Yes, let's see how fast we can paint this model. I don't think I can speed paint this one, but here somewhere should it be. Yeah, and the tunic on top of here, and under the hands, over the hands. Yes, the chainmail, we'll leave the chainmail. The sword's gonna be reddish brown. Yes, reddish brown would be nice, like this. And then on top of it we will have okay. Yeah, here are some parts that need to be covered as well. Yes, that's good. Okay, and now when we are done with this one, so we have the tunic, we have the shield that's blue, and the rest gonna be, and then we have his hair, but his hair the light blue. Okay, so this one is done. You know, I will do I will do all 4 of them because I have a lot of blue paint. So let's continue with the blue and skip the idea of yellow and green and red. Because we can practice and see how it goes. Remember to dipping the pencil a bit in the water. The pencil. How do I say that? The pen. Here we have a little bit problem of the corny. Yeah, corny, like corn. Not the chaos corn, but the corn-like structure of the spray, and I don't know why it happens. Maybe it's due to the fact that I spray in a too long sequence instead of 1, 2, 3 release, or maybe the releasing makes it I'm pumping into too much color, or is the first that maybe it dries up and then you trying to do it again, and then it spits out some dried color and makes the corn. Yeah, that could be it. Because I spray and then I don't spray on the side. So the color don't really flow through the nostril of this primer. I hope that in the summer, in about 6 months, I will jump over to airbrush and try to airbrush everything. What do you think about that, guys or girls? And the thing is that the airbrush thing doesn't smell too much because it's air and color. And it's not color but paint, right? So it don't have this all other stuff that the what's in the cans actually. By the way, like tomorrow we can do the scraping and the I think I made the mistake of gluing in the shield before painting. So as I remember, as I did on the orcs, the shield, I have not glued the shield on yet. So it's like it's really hard to do the coverage, and maybe I should cover it, or maybe should I break it loose? I don't know. I am think of it in a bit, because it's hard to paint, and if the paint white, black wouldn't matter so much because you don't look into black things in such a thing, right? It's not shining away, because white it's like a laser, right? So if I leave the white behind the shield, he's gonna see that it's white. But if I have primed it black, you wouldn't notice, because it's like shadowish or shadow-like feeling to it. So it's nothing that should really make the difference. So okay, this one counts for the spraying black, or have a darker kind of underlay. But then you don't see all the textures and the details. In my opinion, it's hard. Then you need to have a really strong light. and strong lights affects your eyesight. If you sit in a very bright room for a longer time of a period of time, your eyesight will hurt. Try to stare up into the sun like for 5 hours painting. It hurts. I forgot to moisturize my my brush. Yeah, it's not a pencil, it's a brush. My brush, it makes a bit. Yeah, this one is done as well. Maybe now I'm a bit. Don't know if I'm happy with the blue color. But we can do like the next two guys. We will paint in this classical red, and they will fight each other and see what happens. Because not all Roman army were, there must have been like some bluish units, or maybe the blue was reserved by the mighty Greeks. But it's often do that some armies prefer some other colors, right? I think Swedes and Norway guys are more like bluish. Blue, and of course from when they were on the Great Northern War in the 18th century, beginning of the 18th century, they had these Carolines or Caroliner, whatever they call themselves. They have a lot of blue, and then they have some yellow details on the cuffs and on the undercoat of it. And of course the British army preferred, like in the Battle of Waterloo. That is so very, very popular right now due to the fact that Warlords had come out with the game Epic Battles Waterloo. And I don't mean the ABBA album. It's the real stuff. When the mildly manly men in red. I wonder how it became that the British Army or the Great United Kingdom has a reddish as their favorite color. Maybe after like the Romans, or of course a flag association. But they call themselves redcoats or whatever. And then the French were more like bluish. So these are French legionnaires in the service of. There's some Gauls here, right? Because Gauls were about the old Frankish or Franks or whatever in the service of the emperor, and therefore they have blue tunics. Too much? Yeah, a bit. So let's do and moisture the pencil a bit, and then we go with the long slice. I think these guys goes really nice and rather fast to paint, because you don't have so much details on them. You have great movement, and those sandals are like awesome. I think I would buy a leather thread and a leather sole and wave or make myself some Roman sandals and like walk around in the summer with. Wonder if they are cozy and stuff, or comfort for the foot. It may be because all of the lashes. I think the lashes are round. Okay, are we done with you? Yeah, more or less. Okay, so we have one arm, the other arm under the shield. Again, this goddamn shield thing. No, we have not done this part of it. We have forgot the left shoulder. The blue on the left shoulder of the tunic. Anyway, these guys I got as extra model with my War Illustrated magazine. But the thing is that I'm not living, as you hear from my accent, not living in Great Britain or England, which means that it's about a month late. So when they announce a new episode or new number or number higher, I'm receiving the old one in the mail. So yeah, a bit sad, but hey, it's the important thing that I'm still getting it, right? So this is the third one, and after the third one I think I will break off the shields and paint them black, brown on the other part, and then I will paint the lads, and after I painted the lads I will re-glue them and paint them on the front, because the back is gonna be dark brownish brown. I think they will have brown background. Or now we need to paint the metal in black later on, so it would be rather nice to see more of the mail coat or mail shirt, something mail, not Gmail, but yeah, that's the shield. Now to the tunic. The lower part, a long stride. Long stride. Oh, yeah. Bluish like fellows. I wonder when the Kickstarter for By Fire and Sword second edition will start, because I've heard that they planned it onto October, but then they said that they're reviewing some rules and waiting for, I don't know, translation or something like that for them to start kickstarting it. Now I see that I forgot to take off the mold lines on this fellow. So yes, easy, calmly. Do not want any blue paints on the hands and more arm-like features. And then we have it underneath here, and then we have on the top here. Okay. Yes. Well, I think the rules will be the same as for American Civil War when it comes to Epic Waterloo, because it's the black powder rules. Actually, the black powder rules you can use in all kind of. I think as long as from the pike and shot, I think they are using the same rules, or maybe not. But I think from the beginning of the 18th century and forth, when the muskets are more advanced and not so much so it takes a long time for them to reload and have greater firepower. The barrels are like have lines in it. Okay, so all these chaps are blue now. Interesting. So we wait a bit for them to have a second to dry, and then we will break them off. And after we break them off, we could let's fill in some textures here, so they are more like in the same color. Oh no, I painted it on the white. It should be so nice. I don't like to hurry because it doesn't really matter, but at this point in time I don't like, I like everything to have its head and toes and to be structured, and I don't like flimsing around. Yes, this one could be have a great second coat, or a thin liner just to hide all the brush strokes. Great, this one coming up real good. We hide them good. Yes, yes, yes. So he's hidden enough. So we have two guys that are good hidden. He needs a bit hiding as well. And see, and this paint almost it's enough. This little dot of it. So it's very economical and environmental friendly to use this water palette, because the color doesn't dry out so fast, which means that you could use it on top of the miniatures a bit longer, right? That's good. Let's paint them here and a little stroke here, and then we are done with it. Okay, so the last shield, and then we'll take a pause, maybe eat some evening food like an apple or something, because our hobby is not so much physical, so we'll need to break on our consumption of carbonite or whatever, carbons. Yeah. Now this could be in the last. Yeah, it looks more like water paint, but anyway, a more even coat, right? So while I'm chewing an apple, you can just hang around and we'll see each other, and we are breaking some shields. All right, see you in a second. Hi, welcome back. So those shields are rather dry now, and we will continue. We will put these things a bit to the side, and we will try to. Well, this one is still a bit wet, but this one look rather nice. So we're gonna zoom in. It's like Star Trek. And we will try to bend this hand out. Well, not the hand, but the shield. So gently kind of moving here, and hope that no. Oh well, this sucks. The hand is moving. Up and forth. I see his wrists going up and down. So this one is, and this one then. Oh no, it's about the same with this one. Maybe if I took a scalpel and like squeeze it in there and like just nicked it. I tried to do something like that. So I'll be right back. I need to get my scalpels. Alright, so I'm back and I have my great stuff here. And with my great stuff I have this little scalpel. Well, it's a singular scalpel, but we'll try to put it in here in this hole and try not to go like bend it out. Come on, we are almost there. Yes, I can feel it bending out real good. Great. So first shield off. His hand is rather torn up, but this guy is going to be hidden behind the shield. So now we put the other one in here. We maybe from the lower part, from here, and we try to bend this one as well. See if it works. Left, right, left. Right, left. I hope not stab myself. Come on. Maybe from this angle. Oh, his head is loose. So we are sadly disassembling them part by part. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Ooh, so close. I think other guys would just let it be and paint it as it was, but we are on the higher level of. Still, maybe if I cut that out here and come on. Well, I need to reprint the undercoat. Oh yeah, here it goes. Ah, lovely. And it's off. Perfect, shield number 2. And a head. Well, the head is something we're gonna glue back. And let's see here. And now we have this hand. Oh no. Ah, we lost him. Oh, he's a handless dude. Ah, poor. Well, we have actually 66% success. So I count it as a very good percentage. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Don't. Oh well, this one is off his base. Come on, a little bastard. Well, that's 75% success. So that's good. Now, we need to paint, because under the shield they look like this. They are not even undercoated even. So we're gonna work this. We will get our glue. We glue him back and this head on this fellow here. The shields we put aside and for a later time. And we paint these guys really quick because they are easy. We're gonna do the shadow. We're gonna use dark shadow. I would think we jump the dark shadow. No, we take dark shadow on the tunic and on the other side, on the leather and stuff. We go with soft. Yeah, that would be great. So right back when I have the glue. Back, got the glue, got my great Revel. Put it like this. It smells rather strong. So back with the head here. Glue gently back, gently like this. And how was he holding his head? He was holding his head rather like this, right? I think I know what's the problem. The problem is that his chin stripe or chin protection guard is blocking the way for the head to go all the way down. But let's see. This one, and then we're gonna do here. We're gonna paint it. After we have glued it backward. Now these guys comes on some like egg-shaped forms, like a small kind of basis. But I remove them and put them on a square basis, 20 by 20. Well, I think it will be maybe a bit bigger, something like this. Okay, so he's drying, and the one with the screaming head, where is he? This one. These two are oh no, me and my my timing. I could like wait just for like 5 seconds, it will be faster. This one is glowing, so we paint now him, and this one is glowing his head. So we will take the bigger glass, magnifying glass, back here, and we will go with the what should we go with? The we will go with the almond color. Well, and here's the palette, right? And here's the, so we're gonna do like this, so you see a bit what I'm doing. And I'm putting my pencil in the water, right? Taking out tainted flesh. I think tainted flesh is good, but they are still Roman, like there's a lot of sun and stuff like that. And in this bottle I have a small metal ball, right? And this small metal ball comes with, you can buy them like everywhere. It's easier for the ball to like bit up the color, so the medium in the paint goes like it blends out a bit much better. Yes. Okay, after we have done this, shaking a bit, I know some people have these machines like the vibrating stuff that you put in for nail polish, for example. You put in, you go there, and yeah, that's good. Now let's put some tainted flesh. We will do a bit of a blob here. Oh no, that's a big blob. That's a bit, it's like an whole army. But, and let's see here. Oh, here is as well. Dip it, and we going with the lower legs. And we are trying to cover it rather even. This is the guy with the mold lines. I don't know. I don't understand why I left him out. He has some toes exposed beneath the sandals, so we try to paint them as well. Here. I think, if I'm remembering, because I haven't painted with this color, this one goes dry rather quick. So I don't understand. I don't remember if there is if the medium is not good. Well, it's a different kind of medium due to the fact that there's another kind of color. But he has his 5 toes, I think, or we can find the 3. One. Yeah, he's missing 1 toe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, he has 4 toes there, but he has all the 5 toes on the other foot. So I think one of his got chopped off when he's done something bad. It could be like drinking, or actually an enemy sword just falling down. So after this, I will do his calf, this part. He has some heel. Oh, it's a bit more open sandals than I thought. But we are going to focus on the. Let's stir in some water here because I think it's rather thick. Yes, and we do it like this, and then we paint his face, and then we let them a bit dry. While they are drying, we can do the brown sandals. Yeah, the brown sandals. Okay, and of course his arm. Now this is interesting. Now I think his toe is beneath the mold line here. His 5th toe on the left leg. Okay, so he has his panties painted, or his knees. Now we paint his arm, rather muscular arm. So good sculpting there from Warlord. Warlord Games, not Warlord. I think there is another company is called Warlord. Firm grip around his pilum. Pilum is this javelin weapon where you throw it. You could use it behind the shield as well, but you could throw them, and the intention was that when you throw them, the metal got stuck and the handle was like broken off. So, like this. Come on, some strange thing happened there. Okay, so now we have his feet, we have his arm, we put his other arm. This is the armless guy, by the way. And we are trying not to put some color on the broken part, because we want to clean, that the glue comes in cleanly. And after it, like this. Okay, and now we paint his face. He looks rather grim. Ooh. Yeah, I'm a grim fellow. Maybe he's the Grim Reaper. Who knows? And he just doing masquerade on the I think his head was. And then we have his neck. Yeah, his neck. And after that, we are done with flesh on this fellow. They have under the helmet backside, they have this leather stripes. On here they have this leather stripe like a modern bicycle helmet have. From the center here it goes here. Huh? Those Roman, huh? They could really surprise you. And the thing is that Warlords have thought of everything of that. It must be really hard to do like historical correct miniatures. Everybody, oh well, you suck, well you forgot to do these buttons or whatever. And we do the same here. We leave the part that's gonna be glued back, unpainted, so the glue has a rather better area to melt, because we know that this kind of glue works by melting them two plastic together. Some guys use super glue. If you're in the super glue club, then I think it's easier for you to break them loose, because I think that if this glue like binds correctly, it's hard, because it's about the same strength as the other part of it, because it's the same material all of a sudden. Yeah, nice calves. The Roman army, I know, like after lunch they was like marching on the spot for an hour. So can you imagine, after each lunch you'll be standing in the warm sun and march and march and march and march and march. The mold line on his left foot could be better, because just over the toe. It could go around with the like the stripes or the bands in the sandals. Yeah. The left leg looks a bit better than the right, actually. Yeah, and then we do the other hole. So planning the mold lines is maybe something they could have done a bit better, because it's hard. You will always have some bit of misforming near the mold line if you have that kind of not tactic, but if you have the same, that kind of technology. Okay, so we have his toes, we have his legs, we have his knees, and now we have the right arm that is throwing. He's a bit more chubby than the other one, I think. More rounded around his muscles. Maybe he eats more potatoes. Ah, no, there's no potatoes, sorry. They came a bit later from Africa, or from South America. Maybe he'll eat a lot of fat. Fatty pig legs maybe was his main course every day. He like instead of making candles, he was making dinner for himself. I think they used animal fat to make candles, or the oil that's burning. Now the neck, and we are using rather big pencil, a brush. I mean, not pencil. I don't know why I'm using the word pencil. So it goes rather good in the deeper part, but it covers the other part as well. Yes, here we have it. The nose, the eyes. Now they wonder, are you the guy that paint eyes? On me, of course, it depends how big they are, because on 50 millimeters you're gonna be a real champ to do it, even if you have a magnifying glass. Yeah. Anyway, this one, what I'm using, it's an old reading glass for older people. Like, you put it on the table and you put the paper on under it and use it. Or it's about I have an inch scale here, and then centimeters here. So it could be also for some kind of modeling, or just making see what kind of stamps you got in your nice collection. So now his corny lines legs are done, still leaving the collar, no collar on the top of the hands that we're gonna glue. So we have two gents ready. Now we will paint the legs on this one. Yes, we painted good, quick. Knees, wash the color of blue here. That's good. And I think that I've learned to make a little bit longer strokes with the brush. It puts the more even kind of tone, and not like dotting all over the place. Or dotting, make small kind of long strides. Because every time you put this leg is a bit better, but still a big mole line on top of his, well, actually between his big toe and the long toe, or whatever his name is. Now we'll put the color on the other. By the way, do you see what I'm doing? Yeah, you see what I'm doing. Do you want me to zoom in a bit? Okay, sure, no problem. I can zoom in a bit. Oh, that was the wrong way. I put it up a bit like this. Yeah, now you see. And you still me. And you still see me. Now I maybe have not the greatest recording camera and stuff like that, but it's okay. You see me, I don't see you, but you can see rather good what I'm doing here, so that's good. We'll cover his toe from the inside here. Okay. Like like this and this, and okay, his panties are done, as they call them. Now let's go to the his arms, and then after the arms we'll let them dry a bit, and we will do what should we do later? We will do another color. We could do the black, because the black's gonna be interesting to do. Okay, this one he has a middle muscular arm. We see an rather extremely bent elbow in an almost, I repeat, almost impossible position to bend it. I don't think I could hold a spear in such an angle. Maybe he's in the moment of throwing, because if you throw, then the elbow should come a bit further, like in front of the hand, go like this. All right. Well, it depends on how, if you're jabbing. Maybe he's jabbing. Then he needs to put the elbow behind the impact point of the hand. But I don't know if he would jab from the upper hand. It could be rather hard to aim the rather heavy stick. I would think I will jab like this, more likely. So yes, this hand is done also. Now we have his face. Let's clean the brush, because remember, the paint on the brush, when it's not dipping the paint, dries, and if it dries, it becomes a bit clumsy. And remember, as everybody says, that you don't put the pencil, the brush too deep, so you don't have paint like I have all the way up. You see? This one I need to clean off before doing anything more, because if the paint comes in the lower, on these lower part, it will stuck right near the base of it, and if it stays here and put a 100 millimeter up here, it's gonna be like 1 millimeter up here. So you gotta get this kind of form of the brush. So now when we clean this and dried it a bit on my magical paper, then we will do continue on his face. Oh, this one is this is the guy with the head. So I hope his head he has got some teeth. That's good for him. So he's not teethless. And it's rather hard, I think, to paint with this color, because you put it it's rather thick. Or you could always, like the other guy, say, oh, you can always paint in many layers, but who has the time to paint in the 12 layers? I know I don't have the time to paint it. I know it should be done, but hopefully it will set in or dry in nicely. Yes, well, his eyes must clear out a bit. Kind of this. See? So, and now the last one. We put a bit of water in the paint, and directly we got the color all the way up. We will not go into the details. but you should not have. Maybe I need to get a longer brush. Some people say that the more you dip it, the longer it's submerged in paint, the more paint it has on it. And of course it's about the same thing, but yeah. Okay, that's good. Now continuing to the other leg. Then we have his toes. The other guy has his toes painted, right? Yeah. Good, good. This one has his sword rather in front of his knee, in a rather strange position. So we will, and sometime I see that of course beneath the models you don't really see what's happening. Like if you look from this in up shirt kind of position, up skirt, in a frog like, you don't see really what happened, but the painted does. So they should have made this a bit different. So we paint his toes. Hooray for, oh, and the right feet are not in the best kind of, and his right eyes, but his left aren't that good. What happened here? There is a thing standing out like a worm from his nail, and we must take care of it. So we have our instrument over here, and we will catch it. Yeah, and tear it out. Yes, and the well, actually, next time remind me that don't paint miniatures with shield when you have shield, when you want to glue the shields on, because then you don't see a damn thing behind the shield. And well, you could go further. That don't glue the cavalry men to the horse before you paint them. And yeah, could be, but it depends what the speed of. If you want to play it like now, or if you want to be it's okay, I kind of pay, because that's one thing that I hate. If you paint stuff, you want to play it, okay? Because as I said earlier, I hate playing in this stupid gray color. I despise it. I know that people want to play. Oh, I want to play, and I want to play as well. But I'm really sick of this, and therefore I salute every man and woman that has a fully painted army on the table. You don't need to have painted all of the miniatures. You can have like 6 projects to go on the side. But if you go like 200 points or 2,000 points and you have everything painted, well, that's great. Vive la France, or long live the tea lovers, or something like that. Now the paint is drying here, so we need to step up the speed a bit. This is almost a speed painting. Yeah, and let's do this elbow here. And I know that I'm using this technique when I make the soft tone of them. That's really good because it goes into the ridges, the depths of the sculptured, and lays there, which means that it blends the color. If you like paint something together and it's like overlapping in a deeper part of the model, and you put the ink or the soft tone in it, it blends out the unregularness. So that's good. because I remember when I was younger and I didn't know about, well, this one has a broken nose. You can see that. See? I think he was a wrestler, Gladiators, in the years before him. If you do it without the ink, as I did when I was, I could like spend like a day just to have a nice arm finishing in a sleeve. Because the thing is that a whole day or two maybe just to have this nice easy line, right, that goes all the way. And I still have problems doing this square-like hashtag pattern. Oh, that sucks. Like for orcs and stuff, terrible. Terrible. So I'm really keen on when some people come up with the plan that they are having these decals or whatever you call them, things that you glue on top of the miniatures on the shields and stuff like that. Okay, so these guys are done with the paint of the human flesh. That's good. Now I will just redo the blue on them, and let them dry a bit. While they are drying, we can do the brownish sandals and the shafts of the pilums. Shake it. If you hear, I don't have a bowl here, so that's something I must put. I don't know if I have them here somewhere, but so back on the blue one. Yeah, that should be enough. And let's see here. Okay. If you hear something in the background, just my wife. She's making some late night snacks for herself. So she will don't go to bed starving. Now we do the details behind the shield, like this, and this one we could like put a nice stroke and stroke here, because I put the flesh tone a bit too high. Yeah, that is okay. Now let's take the other one, this one. Now this one has a bit here and a bit here, and the shoulder that doesn't even have an undercoat layer. So yeah. Now let's see if we here's something that we missed. That's not the right word, but we overextended the flesh color a bit too high. Yeah, and here we have these irregularities that I was talking about that should have been fixed with if you're like really in a hurry. I'm in a hurry. Oh no, I'm gonna miss this. Anyway, back to the game. It should be so awesome if you play with a whole huge army all painted and the opponent as well. But even though that you have great painted miniatures, remember still that you don't you could always play on a green cloth or a space-like cloth. The terrain is as important as the paint job on the miniatures, because you have some tournaments that don't really take it so seriously with the terrain, and even though you have these graded armies, you still play on the wooden table. It's like messing up the feeling of it. So I would go with something in between. It's okay painted miniatures and okay painted, as everybody says, well, these are battle ready and these are like tournament painting tournament ready, right? Because when you play with miniatures, you don't play like this. You play about an arm's length, and there are many of them, and they're moving. Well, not so fast that you can't see them, but anyway, there's motion, and you don't think of the shaft of the orc weapon is really brown, or it's a bit brown with the green stuff on it because due to the ink. You're thinking more of the damage that unit could do to your unit, or the position of I don't know, the dwarf cannon that's blast you away, or the trebuchet of the during the French 100 Years' War pounding at you, or the hoplites, or whatever, or the German grenadiers that suddenly appearing in your rear. Oh, I think his grenade is more grey than silver. Or I don't think his handgranat Model 4 or whatever they have with the wooden shaft, like wooden stick behind the thing. Well, it should be more brown and not red. Anyway, so these are done. Now we're going with the brownish paint. And which color are we going with? Are we going with the leather? Yes, that's leather. We're going, all the sandals we go be leather. Or do we want light leather? I think light leather it is. So we're going to take out this, as I use it for light leather, this desert yellow. It's from the English Civil War. I think no, it's the older one. It's not the War of the Roses. It's the later one, right? And then you had these coats that the writers had. They had rather light yellowish kind of color to it. Yeah. Let's start it up, and we can hear we have a metal ball in here as well. So it's easier. Maybe sometimes I will buy this a kind of shaky thing. Alright. So we put the color on the palette, our water palette here. Nice, like this. And we paint the sandals. And then I maybe take a bit break and grab a sandwich or something like that. Evening snack would be nice. Yes, that would be good. Remember to clean off your brush thoroughly before the next paint, so you don't paint blue with red and vice versa. Okay. So those sandals will be light, and then I won't pay attention to the part of the sandal that is the rear when the heel is, because then I need to paint the heel as well in human flesh, and there's a little triangle, so that's that part I will leave out. Now let's see if I can paint, but not on his toes. Yes. No, something like that. Okay, now one of the sandals are done. Maybe a little bit upper here, near to his big toe, but not too big, not too close, so the colors won't intervene with each other. Yes. Now we have some more lines here. Actually, this is like one of the rarest time I paint with mold lines, because I often, not always, but often I really take care of them very sincerely. I don't know if this is cat hair or stuff like that is here, but and they're so nicely tidied. Yeah, I will try to make some awesome sandals that I can be parading up and down and go to work with during the next summer. Let's see if there is a sandal maker here somewhere in our parts. Well, I could always try Europe. There is always some people that are making them. Okay, is this the first one? Ah, I thought it was the second one already. No, it was the second shoe. Ah, okay. So his sandal is done. Now we go with his sandals. And we are tossing on the color, the paint here. Slowly looking out for the big toe there. The rear toes. So these guys are the first that is painted on the show. That's good. So we have an event called Second Life. When I take old models and make them new. Okay, then we have Paint Me Thoroughly, can we call them? Can we call it? And then we will have maybe Game Day. Yeah, episode with Game Day, when we talk about the battle report. So next time I play, I will make some pictures to start with, just to make pictures, and you will hear my voice narrated in the backgrounds. And later we maybe advance to a video. So I'm filming. Yes, his toe, he even has his nails. Oh, this one is gonna be tough. Yeah, because as I said, I cut them loose from their original base. That was small and strange. Well, first I wanted them just to paint them, glue them on top. But then I said, these are gonna be the cooler lads. So they need to. Well, he's done with his sandal as well. Okay, so that's two chaps. Now we paint this one. And this one is about the same problem. That's the thing, is that I don't really wanted to destroy the sole, or whatever you call of the sandal, by cutting too high, if you know what I mean. So they have this a little bit of plastic still beneath the sandal that are sticking up as a leaf or something, a bit of paper or a rag or something. Okay, this is the front. Well, the thing is that there are some colors you can paint over others and others not. Well, you could if you have like 3 layers, and you could always paint over, but some colors are easier to cover than others. It's therefore I wonder why people are painting on black. If someone knows it, then of course I understand metal. That's the thing, that it will dump the brightness of it a little bit. But still, you have so much small colors in the pigments in metals. And some painters use real pigments of, for example, bronze or other stuff. So they are really into it. I think that there is always a shiny armor or a paint for armor, and I don't like it. That's one thing that I don't. That's one thing that I really try to have a good cover of the black and then trying dry brushing, but that's very hard for me with some sort, or maybe I don't have the right brush for it. My newest buy is from it's from Army Painter. I know the one with the brush when there is a earlier everyone was like rectangular, but this one is like round, like as a brush for the face. And I think it's Army Painter that has those brushes, but I have them here somewhere, so I can look it up later. Now I will dip it, stir it around in my water a bit, just to let the old paint that is already dried up in the brush at the upper part when the moisture doesn't reach. Yes. Now I will go with the last pile of sandals, and then I'm done with the sandals. I wonder if all of if like every time, even in the winter, the Legionnaires or the Roman army had sandals. Of course, in the Mediterranean, like Egypt and stuff, you could maybe. But even though the desert gets really cold, so they needed to have something like like in a historical sock. I know that they had this trend of putting some textures or some things into boots, but yeah, we can maybe look it up later when the first sock does appear. Maybe Middle Ages or something like that. Middle Ages. Yeah. So this one is now the last one. Okay, now imagine painting like 100 of these fellows. The thing is that playing is something is like the best, right? But for me, to play battles and stuff like that, painting is fun. But to make it, and often I like think that I must have this one painted, and I taking all the fun from painting instead of painting an hour a day or two, or streaming with you guys and paint, okay? Because it's much fun that way than like sitting in the night one evening, one weekend from the battle or the board game session or whatever, and painting up 50 miniatures that look about the same. Looking like. The thing is that it's good to have different projects, because then you can jump like we are doing. We had this orc, and then now we are in Roman times, historical, and then I think we need to do the gobos after this Romans from Warlords Games. No, that's good. Now his sandals are done. So we have arms and legs and faces and necks, and the tunics and the shaft. The shields are mostly painted. We'll paint them brown on the back side a bit. But now let's grab something to eat. I will meet each other in a while again. It's going to be very fast for you guys, but a bit longer for me. So see you in a bit.